Imagine you're watching Tokyo Ghoul late at night. The streets are dark, the music is haunting, and you feel like Kaneki is walking right behind you. Now pause. What if I told you that outside the world of anime, there are real-life creepy stories so terrifying that they make horror arcs look like child's play? Yes, anime fans. Tonight we're diving into 5 real creepy stories that feel like cursed side arcs from your favorite shows. These are tales that don't just scare you, they follow you into your dreams, refusing to let you sleep. In anime, fear is often thrilling. Whether it's the paranoia of Paranoia Agent, the brutal mysteries of Another, or the psychological tension of Death Note, fans love that feeling of suspense. But here's the catch. Anime ends, the hero wins, the curse breaks, or the villain is revealed. Real life? Not so simple. Some stories don't come with closure. They stay unsolved, unexplained, and unforgettable. Just like abandoned arcs in manga. Tonight, we'll explore 5 of these real-life horrors, explained anime style, so you can feel the chills run down your spine. Story 1. The Vanishing Hotel Guest, The Mystery of Elisa Lam, Anime Parallel, Perfect Blue plus Paranoia Agent. Imagine a psychological horror arc where the main character is slowly losing touch with reality, trapped in a place filled with secrets. That's the vibe of Perfect Blue, and it mirrors the true story of Elisa Lam. In 2013, Elisa, a Canadian student, stayed at the infamous Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles. Known for crime and deaths, the hotel was already like a cursed setting. One night, security cameras caught Elisa in an elevator, behaving bizarrely, pressing all the buttons, hiding, talking to someone invisible. Days later, her body was found inside a rooftop water tank. The question is, how did she get there? The doors were locked, alarms secured, and the tank was sealed shut. It's like an unfinished arc. Was it mental illness, foul play, or something paranormal? Till today, theories swirl like anime fan debates. Story 2. The Ghostly Village, The Hinterkaifeck Murders, Anime Parallel, Higurashi, When They Cry. Imagine a quiet rural village where everyone knows each other, but suddenly, an entire family is slaughtered. That's Higurashi energy, and it perfectly matches the Hinterkaifeck case. In 1922, the Gruber family lived on a small farm in Germany. Before the murders, they noticed strange events. Footprints in the snow leading to their home but not away, sounds in the attic, and missing keys. One night, every family member, including children, was murdered with a pickaxe. The killer? Never found. It's the perfect reminder of how real life can mirror horror anime, making you question what's lurking in quiet corners of your own neighborhood. Story 3. The Vanishing Colony, The Lost Colony of Roanoke, Anime Parallel, Attack on Titan, Disappearing Population Arc. Picture this. An entire town of characters, gone. No bodies, no traces, just emptiness. That's what happened to the Roanoke colony in the 1500s. When English ships returned after 3 years, more than 100 settlers had vanished. Houses were dismantled, no struggle signs, no blood, just one word carved on wood, Croatoan. It feels like an Attack on Titan arc, where a district suddenly disappears overnight, leaving behind only cryptic hints. Story 4. The Watcher, a real-life horror villain. Anime Parallel, Death Note plays another every good horror anime has a villain who stalks in the shadows. In 2014, a family bought their dream home in New Jersey, but soon they started receiving letters from someone calling themselves the Watcher. The letters described the house in detail, mentioned the children, and said the family was being watched and studied. The messages grew darker, mentioning bloodlines, sacrifices, and unseen eyes. Terrified, the family fled. The stalker was never found. This feels like a Death Note subplot, an anonymous villain, impossible to catch, manipulating fear like a god of terror. Story 5. The Dyatlov Pass Incident, Snow Arc of Terror, Anime Parallel, Another plus Paranoia Agent. In 1959, 9 skilled hikers went into the snowy Ural Mountains of Russia. They never returned. When rescuers found their camp, the tent was ripped open from the inside, as if they were escaping something unseen. Footprints led into the snow, barefoot, half-dressed, in freezing temperatures. The bodies? Some were mutilated, others had broken bones, and radiation traces were found. So why share these creepy stories with anime fans? Because they tap into the same emotions anime gives us: mystery, fear, and endless theories. Death Note gives us suspense and unsolved puzzles. Another terrifies with sudden, unexplained deaths. Higurashi shows how villages hide dark secrets. These stories are like real-life filler arcs of horror, except the mangaka never returned to finish the story. In anime, no matter how twisted the story is, closure usually arrives. Light faces L, curses are lifted, villains get defeated. But reality, it leaves us hanging. That's what makes these stories creepier than anime horror itself. Now imagine this, you're binging your favorite horror anime. The villain is winning, the hero is trapped, and the arc is at its peak. And suddenly, the episode ends. No sequel, no resolution. That's exactly what these real-life creepy stories feel like. A never-ending cliffhanger that haunts not just the families involved, but all of us who dare to explore them. Closing anime fans, you love horror arcs, but these real-life stories, they're the scariest anime you'll never watch. So which of these creepy mysteries do you think is the scariest? Drop your theories in the comments below. And if you want more anime-style breakdowns of real horror stories, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon, because next time the story might be even darker. Until then, keep your lights on, and remember, some mysteries were never meant to be solved.